Well, it's the second day of this strike by the Durban Long Distance Taxi Association. The taxi operators saying they were left with no choice but to park their taxis because of the issue of the operating licenses. Taxi operators are claiming that the Department of Transport in the province of KwaZulu-Natal is not issuing them the operating licenses timeously, and as a result, this is now impacting on their operations. As I was saying, that this is day 2 of taxi commuters arriving here at this taxi rank here in the Durban CBD to a deserted taxi rank. You're just looking at the queues of people. Many of the people that we've been speaking to from this morning saying to us that they arrived here as early as 6 a.m. hoping to catch the first taxis out. Others are saying that they have arrived here for the second day, hoping that they'll be able to get their taxis to various destinations, and of course for various reasons. Just some of the people that we're speaking to expressing their frustration with what is happening here, and of course also saying that they were not notified that this taxi strike was going to take place, and some could have made alternative arrangements. But of course with many of the taxis that are operating in this or under this particular association, these are the taxis that operate long distances. For example, the taxis that leave the Durban CBD to northern parts of KwaZulu-Natal, others to areas even outside of the province of KwaZulu-Natal. You're speaking of Johannesburg, Mpumalanga, some even going beyond the borders of South Africa. And the options in terms of alternative transport, many of the commuters here saying they don't have the option of alternative transporters in some of the areas that they are going to. There are no buses and there are no trains. Many people saying that they've literally been left stranded with no option. They're also saying that financially it's a bit of a challenge. We're speaking to a lady earlier on, was saying that she's been here for the second day and she has had to of course pay money to get it here, and she's lost out on 2 days. And we're saying that it's for various reasons that people were saying that they were here to catch these taxis. Let me bring in these students. These are students from the Durban University of Technology who it was their last day and they needed to leave their student residences this morning, arriving here hoping to go home as the tertiary institutions have closed. They are finding themselves stranded with no alternative way for them to get home. Asibonga kakhulu nje isikhathi senu nithe niphuma DUT and benvala namhlanje isikole sesivalile, bekuphoqela ukuthi anihambe ke manje ngekhaya nafika isimo lana emarenke amatekisi awahamba.
Yebo, namhlanje bekusuku lokugcina sihlala eRace i-date November. Kuthiwe asithathe imithwalo ke manje sesibuyele emakhaya. Masifika la erenki ngoba sihlala kude i-long distance, sifica awekho ama-taxi kuthiwa sibuyele emuva la esiqhamuka khona, and akukho la esizobuyela khona eRace ivaliwe. Ngesikwazi ukubuyela eRace nakho siphumile nje asinazimane ihlobo la eThekwini esingalala kuzona. Siyacela abantu sicela ukuya emakhaya, siyacela.
Abanye abantu sesibangabukhuluma nawe nje, abanye abantu bathe bazozama amatekisi, bazozama mhlawumbe amabhasi, bazama nezitimela. Uthe wena kodwa kwesakho simo aninayo alternative, awekho amabhasi, awekho amatekisi anganifiki Solundi.
Akukho okoluntu, khona ama-taxi kuphela.
Manje ngokwezokuphepha ke nabantu besifazane niphethe amafoni, benikhala nokuthi akukho safe ukuthi nihlale nodwa la erenke.
Akukho safe because namafoni nawo sezocisha, akusekho la esesiya khona njengamanje. Solambile nje lapha lokho sifike ekuseni ngo-7.
Right, those are just some of the frustrated passengers. We've spoken to many others. One student was coming from the Eastern Cape, arrived this morning by bus, hoping to then catch a connecting taxi back home to Mpangeni. And he was saying too that he has to now sleep in the streets because he's got nowhere to go, has no relatives here in Durban, and therefore does not know how they are going to get home. Of course, many of the passengers also speaking saying about safety concerns. This is not a safe area for them, and especially for young with women who are saying that they've got no alternative. So it is actually quite a dire situation here, with many of the passengers saying that they have got no option, and they're appealing to government to quickly intervene in this matter. Of course, the Department of Transport has said that it has had several engagements with the taxi operators, in particular with members of the Durban Long Distance Taxi Association, to resolve some of the issues that they have brought to them, and clearly those issues have not been resolved. As it stands at the moment, we are not too sure when this taxi strike is going to an end. We've been told by the operators that it is an indefinite strike for now, which means that these passengers, these commuters who are hoping to get home, who are hoping to get to their destinations, who are hoping to get to their places of employment, will not be able to get them on time.